Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing fantastic myself because my favorite Nintendo Switch fanboy is finally back to once again cope and seethe over the Steam Deck. And this of course is Harmon Smith. And basically in this video he's trying to show, I guess, that the Steam Deck isn't worth it unless you're using it to play Nintendo games, because Valve showed a Nintendo emulator running on it. You really can't make this up. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, so let's get into it.
Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, Lore and Fray, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. So, a lot of people notified me to let me know that Valve officially promoted Yuzu on a Steam Deck video. It seems they know their audience. They know the only reason people are buying this shit is so they can emulate Nintendo games on a superior machine.
Oh my god, dude, this is one of the saltiest intros I think I've ever seen to a video. Did anybody else feel that as well? I don't know if it was just me, but I can just feel the anger behind that intro. He is mad upset that the Steam Deck is objectively better than the Switch in almost every single way. Also, no, dude, the Steam Deck is a great emulation device, but that's not the only reason people are buying it. People are buying it because they can take their entire Steam library on the go with them wherever they go. And it's much more affordable than a good gaming laptop. But you keep telling yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to cope and sneed. Only real gamers will get that reference. Actually, you know what? I take that joke back because King Thrash said I'm not a real gamer, so never mind. Just, you'll get that reference if you've been on Alex's stream.
But before I can make a video talking about this, before I can talk about like the potential lawsuits that could open up and the things that might go down, Valve removed the video entirely. And I'm not sure if they've re-uploaded it to edit it, but it is down. And it's safe to say that is the reason why. Because they did not want a legally questionable aspect of Steam Deck available.
I'm probably gonna repeat this a lot throughout this video, but no, nothing they did was illegal. Emulators are perfectly legal. You can cope and seethe all you want, but that changes nothing. Emulators are perfectly legal. They always have been, hopefully always will be. But I do have a genuine question for like all fanboys like this who hate the idea of emulators. Like, why? What's the problem with them? Why do you care how other people are getting access to their video games? I know people who pirate like all of their games. I don't care. That's their choice. Even one of my friends who loves the Switch, he's a huge fan of Nintendo, he's emulating a lot of the old Pokemon games on his computer. And you know why he's doing that? It's because it's so much easier to just emulate a game on PC or Steam Deck than it is to track down an old working system that ran the game and then also have to track down like a working cartridge or disc or whatever. Probably have to pay a lot of money for it and do all of that just to be able to play the game again. It's so much easier to just emulate it on a computer. Oh, but sorry, my bad. All hail Nintendo.
As a promotional tool. Like that's the reality of it, is that like the emulation thing is a great area legally, and if Valve theoretically managed to upset Nintendo enough, like file a lawsuit and really get them to challenge the notion of emulation, to really go after them and really kind of talk about like make it understood that like piracy is a crime, right, in the legal world, and start like going after them, I think PC gaming would like collapse overnight, because we kind of are in that point now where the only reason anyone really defends PC gaming, like is because it can allegedly play every Nintendo game that exists.
Yeah, piracy is a crime, but emulation is not a crime because emulation is not piracy. If emulation was piracy, then it would be a crime. And no, dude, people don't just defend PC gaming because you can play Nintendo games on it. And also, who the hell is claiming they can play every single Nintendo game on PC? I'm pretty sure that's BS. But yeah, no, people defend PC gaming because, you know, it's actually a really good experience. It's not just because you can emulate some Pokemon and Mario games.
Which isn't actually true, but it is it's a narrative that's kind of taken hold of like the online gaming sphere. Like it's such a deep rooted, it's such a meme that people legitimately think it's true.
Dude, I'm pretty sure the only one who thinks that you can actually emulate every Nintendo game ever made on PC is you. And even if that is the case, why is it a problem? Why is it a bad thing that people can, you know, preserve these old games, have access to these old games without having to track down and spend a lot of money on hardware that they don't want or need?
Right. And now it seems like Valve is trying to like cash in on that and try to like it's the only reason the Steam Deck was ever viable, right? Well, was ever got any kind of traction at all, right, in the online discourse, is because so many people assumed they would just be able to get Yuzu on there and they'd be able to play Switch games like it was a Switch, but that's not how it plays. That's not how it plays out at all, right? And
I mean, I don't emulate at all. I don't have a Steam Deck, so I don't know 100%, but something tells me that considering how positive the feedback is around Yuzu, that it is basically just that. You can basically turn your Steam Deck into a better Nintendo Switch. So just keep coping, bud.
The fact that Valve took the video down so quickly once people noticed that, it does make me think there are legitimate legal concerns about promoting emulation in an official capacity. It's like one thing for like some no-name streamer like Maximilian Doom to say he's gonna play Bayonetta 3 on Yuzu, especially since he's not actually gonna do it. But like for Valve to promote Yuzu in a Valve Steam Deck video, that's not a good look for them. It's really not. And I
mean, how is it not a good look? If anything, it shows that, you know, they're taking a stance against Nintendo, basically giving them the middle finger. We know how strict Nintendo is on emulation. I mean, hell, they wouldn't let pros compete in a tournament because they were using an emulated version of Smash Melee. So, honestly, in my opinion, yeah, Valve should promote the emulator. Emulation isn't illegal, and it makes the product look even better. Also, it gives the middle finger to a crappy company, so yeah, I'm all for it.
I do think that a big reason why Nintendo has not taken action against Yuzu is that they want to shut them down like completely, right? They want like an ironclad case. They want to it's not enough to just shut down Yuzu. Like they need to set it up where they can just go after anyone who puts together like an emulator, period. Because there's like no reason to have them, like really.
So let me get this straight. Your conspiracy theory on why Nintendo has not gone after and shut down the emulators is because you're saying that they want to take the emulators down. So I just want to make sure I heard that correctly. You don't think they've taken down the emulators because they want them to be taken down? I should just end the video right now, in all honesty. But what do you mean there's no reason to have emulators? Dude, game preservation is important. Emulators are the best way to do that. Especially when you have a company like Nintendo where every single generation they switch up how you get your games on your device. They constantly flip-flop between cartridges and digital downloads and discs and everything. And your games don't carry. From what I remember, the only time your games carry between a generation was between the Wii and the Wii U. So to say that there's no reason for an emulator to exist is a complete lie, because I'm not going to repeat myself, but again, you know, the example from earlier, you don't want to track down the old hardware and stuff.
When you get right down to it, like, it's just stealing software from a gaming company, essentially. I'm curious just how much longer this can go on, because it's clear there's becoming an increasing backlash among Nintendo fans for like having to deal with like steampunks like insisting they're just emulating everything on their Steam Decks, which isn't actually true. I've had to deal with that.
Dude, you are the only Nintendo fan getting any backlash for anything because you are completely against the idea of emulation. Of course, if you're against emulation, PC guys are gonna brag about how they're doing it to make you mad. And clearly it's worked. Remember the start of this video, how salty you were? It's just amazing to me that this guy has to pretend that Nintendo fans everywhere are getting harassed by the steampunks. Apparently, other people telling this guy that they are emulating games is them giving him backlash. I mean, by this logic, aren't you backlashing against the people who are emulating in the first place? I'm convinced Nintendo must be cutting this dude a check at this point.
Of people pretending that they have like better versions of the games I own on Steam Deck. Well, we need to cut down on that. Like these people are never going to admit they're not actually playing video games, and they just kind of sit there and just do nothing. Like we need to like make emulators like straight up illegal. And I am optimistic that Nintendo will eventually make that happen.
Okay, first of all, nobody is pretending they have the better versions of the games on PC and Steam Deck. That's the objective truth. All your precious little Switch games run better on other hardware besides the Switch. Get over it. Also, I love how he's like, oh, these people don't actually play video games. Dude, all you do is write your crappy books and put them on Amazon, and then get on YouTube and rant about how Nintendo is the greatest company to ever exist. Are you playing video games? Because it sure as hell doesn't seem like it. And I love how he says, oh yeah, you know, they're not playing games. Like, they need to start playing games. And then immediately says, oh, let's make emulators illegal. Like, come on, Nintendo, get on that. So let me get this straight. You want people to play video games, but you want them to be less accessible. Do I have that right? Fantastic. Sounds like a fanboy to me. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Pretty short one today. But this was what I like to call short but salty. You know, that expression, short but sweet. This is short but salty. And overall, I think this was a nice little bite-sized video. Maybe you don't have a lot of time on your hands, but you wanted to sit down and watch something. Well, here, I got you. Like, roughly, what, a 10, 11-minute video, something like that. It's going to be even longer if I don't do my outro. So let's do this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I will catch you all next time.